Hi, this is Chibi Fangirl, and this is episode 3 of Daybreak Illusion Vlogs. This episode's called The Voices of Condolence, and in this episode, it's getting more downhill than it was going in episode 2. I wouldn't consider it bad, but it's not good either. It's just like, below average, you know? In this episode, Akari decides that she does not want to fight the Demona, or the bad guys in this episode, because it's basically killing off the human beings, because once a demona has taken over a person's body, they are no more. You cannot heal them like you can in Sailor Moon or Tokyo Mew Mew. They are dead once you kill off the spirit. So she decides she does not want to do this, and her friends are, well, she doesn't, her friends don't come in until much later, but we meet two new characters, the Magician and the Fool. And they come in and they report back to the school and they lock her up in a dungeon. Like, seriously, a dungeon. And she's there for like about 2 days. And they're like, well, we can't let you out until, you either A, surrender, or B, you join us. And she could hear the demon's voices in her head. Like, it's saying, help me. And, for some reason, she's the only magical girl with this ability. So everyone does not believe her, except for one person, which is Tsukiyomi. And Tsukiyomi comes into the dungeon cell with her, and she sits with her. And, like, she says when she first came to this magical girl school, she was locked up there, too. And there was really there was no escape, and there was no one really to help her. So she had to give into those ways, or else she would be killed as well. And she valued life, while Akari, on the other hand, she doesn't care what happens to her because she doesn't want to kill anyone else. So eventually Akari is let out because she agrees to fight with them. And so she goes out, and the next mission it's the same bad guy, because the one in the earlier minutes, one from earlier had gotten away since Akari refused to fight back. So, this woman is, like, walking her children across a train track, and the train starts moving, and she cannot get out of the way. So the magical girls go and stop the train, except Akari can still hear the voices in her head. So she decides to talk to the Demona, while Sarah says, no, you can't, and if you talk to it, I'm going to have to kill you. But Tsukiyomi holds her back, and so does, what's her name? The blonde one. Genki. Ginka, that's her name. Akari goes to talk to her. Talk to the Demona. And the Demona says that he did not want to be like this. Because basically, how Demonas find sadness, this is better explained in this episode rather than the other episode where it's like, well, if you have negative emotions, you're most likely to turn into a demon. Here, it's like you're making a deal with the devil, basically. It's better explained that way. So, what it is if you're feeling a negative emotion, the Demona will find you and says, well, I'll give you this if you become one of us. And if they accept, they are no longer a human anymore. They have to be killed no matter what. So, she kills him, but she says that she only did it so she could remember those who have been possessed by the demons. So, this is like a better explanation than in episode 2, where it's like, bad emotions, you're evil. And, here it's like, oh, well, basically you're making a bargain if you have a negative emotion. Because, like, for example, this character was feeling really sad because his son had died. I guess he drowned or something, because it had something to do with a boat. And the Demona said, well, we can bring him back if you become one of us. And he's like, okay, but the problem was, the son never did come back. So the Demona doesn't, tell the truth. The Demona will lie to you in order to become a demon. I'm not sure if you refuse the Demona's offer, maybe you don't become, or maybe you're just killed off anyway. I'm not really sure about that. But, the reason why I say it's going downhill is because, I'm getting really annoyed with, just how the magical girls view the Demona. It's just like, well, they have to be killed off. Well, can't they find, like, another way around? Really? I mean, like, Yeah, I understand that, but they're really viewed as brutal creatures, you know? It's like, it's sad watching this. And at the end of the episode, the two talking guardians are saying that Akari is some kind of guinea pig. So, I'm a little confused what's going on here, but I'm trying to figure out what could possibly go on. So, I'm thinking maybe the next episode will explain better, but I am glad that the Demono is explained a bit better, but I don't like how magical girls are brutal, because in Madoka, they weren't considered brutal, they were considered tragic, because they sold their soul to Kyubey, and Kyubey had to grant their wish, and it was worth dying for. He did not lie to them. He gave them the wish, and if they fought for it, great, but sometimes some magical girls die in the process. And that's what makes Madoka good. Here, it's like, well, you better be a magical girl or you're dead. So, in Madoka, you had a choice. And here, you really don't have a choice. If you are a tarot user, you have to become a magical girl or else you're no more. So, hopefully this episode, the series gets a little bit better. I really have faith in it. I really do. I'm not gonna give up on it so quickly like J.O. did. But, even if it is terrible, I'm still gonna make these vlogs, of course, because I'd like to keep my viewers up to date. And, of course, I am an anime fan myself, and, even in Madoka, the ending was really disappointing to me. So, yeah, even if it's terrible, I am going to still continue. If it's good, I really hope it is good. I'm still going to do it anyway. So, that was episode 3, and I will see you again in episode 4.